Last night, Kendall and I went on a date and had the idea we want to be creative, we want to have a little bit of fun, so we decided to make our own day in the life vlog, each of us. So we're going to spend 2 days making our own video, and then we're going to edit each other's. This morning, this is how the day started. Kendall actually went over she's going to a park with a bunch of other moms, so they went there, but when I was putting Eliana in her car seat, I ran into this in the garage. This dude is pooping all over everything in my garage. My mats, my bike seats, my bike tire. Oh, we ran into the window. Got 4K. Whoa! That brings us up until now, and I have a couple ideas of what's gonna happen in the day. You're gonna be along for the ride. Part of our conversation last night is that we talked about what is the place in the house, like if you could just have it automatically be clean, or it needs the most cleaning, what would it be? And so we both decided that our office closet was that place. So while Kendall's away, I thought it'd be a good idea to go and try and get that cleaned up a little bit. So let's go take a look at that. So this is currently the office. It's not like half bad. This is a little bit in the way of the closet, but it's not a closet we use much, and you'll see exactly why. On the other side, that's obviously a lot, but on the other side, we have, I don't know what you call that. It's like a little wooden plate thingy, but also was cleaning supplies. But just look at that mess, my goodness. So, like I was telling you, last night we had decided that this was the place that we need cleaned the most, and so that is exactly what I'm gonna be working on right now. Okay, still a work in progress, looking better every single moment. And this is gonna sound pretty weird, but it is June right now, and I am always looking forward to Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And like so much so, like throughout the year, I'm processing what gifts can I get people. Like I keep a note for everybody of things that they need or things that they want all throughout the year, so I can get them good gifts. And usually I think it turns out pretty good. But this year, well, when I was cleaning the closet, I just found some boxes. I think they're boxes that'll throw them off a little bit. They're also solid. And you know how good a solid box is. Look at this. Chromecast, Nest Minis, thermostat. And listen to this. Ready? That is a solid box if I've ever heard one. So I'm going to store these and hope to remember this to use them for Christmas. Hopefully throw some family members off with these amazing boxes. Mustache had to come back on for the final touches in this closet. Kendall and the girls are about 5 minutes away, so making the final touches and then hoping to surprise them. Hopefully she'll have an amazing reaction like, wow, Caleb, you're so good, you're so cool, the best husband ever, that's amazing. But we'll see. But here's the final thing. I put this on in bags to keep it discreet, and because this is where it's going for right now. But top layer is like your printers and stuff. This is kind of like miscellaneous again. Books and journals, and then the bottom's kind of cleaning stuff. And then on the other side of the closet, didn't really change much. It's still the same. Jungle gym, mops, brooms, stuff like that. So hopefully she's gonna like it, but we're gonna have to wait and find out. Take a look. Wow, very azul.
Of the house.
I found this. Say hi. Go, Sam. Oh, good job. Look at your Dumbo ears. Dumbo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eliana, do this. Ready? So far today, I've cleaned out that closet. Kendall went to mom group, and Eliana got to play at the park with a bunch of the other kids. Hasn't been like a super crazy day, which is good. It's a little bit cloudy, so it almost feels a little bit cozy. Eliana is gonna go take a nap. Kendall is going to start to make some dinner while it has to marinate. And then me and Holland are gonna be hanging out for a while because after Kendall starts dinner marinating, she has a doctor's appointment. So we'll be hanging out for a little bit. Who knows what we're gonna do? A lot of times this one is pretty picky about the way she's being handled. So we'll see, and you can tell from her eyes, she's gonna have a picky afternoon. So yeah, hopefully when Kendall gets back, I'll get to go outside and mow and make the yard look nice, and we have some trees growing in the gutter, so hopefully we'll get that figured out and just kind of have a chill afternoon. So come here, baby. So Kendall just got back from her doctor's appointment, and Eliana was napping. I had Holland the whole time. It was about 2 hours, crying every 15 minutes, and the crying lasts for about 20 to 30, and it's not just little crying, it's screaming her head off, face getting red. She stops breathing for a second because she's so frustrated, and I tried comforting her in every which way, but it doesn't work. We're worried about Holland because we know she has a sensitive stomach, and Kendall's currently not eating dairy, so that when Holland's getting breastfed, she's not getting the dairy either. But there's got to be more because Holland is just constantly, like, she can't sleep on her own, like, at all. But even when I'm like holding her, she'll only sleep for like 15 minutes before waking up. Yeah, so we're a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit frustrating that she is not getting stretches of sleep like at all. And it's also, and we have to be holding her, and when we are holding her, she still wakes up every 15 minutes and like screams her head off. So it's just kind of a lot. You're silly. But anyways, I'm feeling a lot better than I was 5 minutes ago. I was pretty frustrated. So I think I'm gonna go out and clean the gutter just a little bit and mow the lawn, but I'm gonna make sure Kendall doesn't need any help in here first in the house. So it sounds like Holland's been quiet, so that's a good thing. See the trees that I'm talking about that we got growing in our gutters. All right, here is the final product of the front yard. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. You can kind of see the stripes. My dad will compare it to his yard. It's pretty good though. Should last about a week. Time to go in and see what's for dinner. So I just put Eliana down for the night. She's not really having it, but that's all right. Kendall's gonna wash the day away and get ready for nighttime. And Kendall and I are both like, for reals, worried about Holland. She spends a lot of the day crying, like at least 3 hours a day crying. And I'm like, at least. And does not sleep in stretches or anything. So we're thinking maybe colic, but we don't really know. I think Kendall's gonna call the pediatrician tomorrow, see if we can get an appointment, get something figured out. But we're also gonna call my mom tonight and see if she can offer us some moral support or some prayers or something. Once Kendall's done, she'll hop out here. We'll call my mom real quick, and then me and the boys are getting ready to get some dubs. So I don't know if you'll see any footage of us, but we're gonna get those doves. Let's go. It is morning number 2 of this little challenge from Kendall. Had to sleep out in the living room last night because Sam, our dog, does not like noises, period. Doesn't matter if it's the fridge turning on or the AC running, but especially like thunder and fireworks, so he freaks out. So I slept out in the living room because there was a little bit of thunder last night. Not really sure what the plan is for today. I think I would like to go on some sort of trip this summer, so I might look into plane tickets or something, also because Eliana and Holland are both under 2, so hopefully they'd be free as like not children. And then a friend and I are gonna go, we're gonna meet up and then we're gonna go somewhere, which you'll see a little bit more about later. But other than that, I don't really know that we're gonna have that big of a day. Hopefully it's still like a little bit rainy outside, so hopefully nice and chill. Eliana, do you need a nice and chill day too? Yeah? Say hello. Hello. All right, so just got to the location of interest, and I am going to be at a gun range. I think that's what it's called, a shooting range with my friend Evan. He's been trying to get me to go for a while. He has a gun, and I don't know much about guns. I know that in the past, I've shot lots of Nerf guns with my brothers when we've had wars, and I was always the best. We've played with gel blasters just a little bit. I was the best at those as well. And finger guns, well, pew, pew, best at that as well. So a little bit hopeful with this little endeavor that we're going to go on. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know how much footage I'm going to be able to get inside, or because I'll be, you know, hanging out or whatever. But about time to go do that. So, yep. Just finishing up in the gun range, and it was awesome. I don't know too much. We had 2 pistols. Everything was 9mm. We had 2 pistols, and then he has a gun that it folds. It folds, and then the sight in it is like it's a red dot, but you can't see the red dot unless you're like perfectly positioned. I didn't bring my glasses. I did have safety glasses, but I ended up using my left eye to aim, which was a little bit weird, but it turned out well. And actually, right here I have one of the he shot here and here, and I'm not even joking about this. He for real did. He was aiming for the bottom of his first one, and then this one, because it was also like unused. I had 2 main locations. My first one, I want you to also know, this is when the target is all the way to the back. So my first one's right here. I'm trying to see if you can see. Yep. And then I ended up doing 2 more kind of in the middle and did pretty solid. So all the way in the back, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and it was a ton of fun. Kind of feeling a little bit more awake than I was earlier. Didn't get a ton of sleep last night because Sam was being a biscuit, and I slept on the couch in the living room. But I think the plan is to go home and hopefully feel inspired and hydrated and not hungry, and get a workout going. All right, so that is pretty much my day. Thank you for hanging out with me and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of video, please let me know in the comments and I will see you on the next one.